Didn't sleep. Sorry about that. It's good, my Jake Pop. Fuck, wrong chat. What's good, you guys? I don't have a name for you, so hi. Naruto Shinobi Striker is the next new Naruto game we got. I'm gonna turn the music off and everything. This is not a... You know how we feel about this game right now. I hope you do. Shinobi Striker, right? Scans. Interesting stuff on there. Stuff I want to talk about, but also things I want to talk about regarding the actual game itself. I am pretty aware of the eyes and who my video gets to in regards to Naruto games and anime games-esque and all that stuff. So I wanted to do something different for, you know, those people to kind of see other perspectives of all kinds of the game and how it's looking right now, along with the hype that we're seeing right now with this and just a general conversation. We don't have a release date, so all we got is conversation, and I want to get you guys in the chat involved too, but that's besides the point. I'm not here by myself, as you've heard. I'm here with my homie Vocal Pineapple, the Gaming Claw, the Truth, DT, and Papa Birdo. What's good? What's good, my guys? How you doing?
How's it going?
Yo.
Link to all my niggas' channels down below, but without further ado, before we get into that section of blow my shit.
Wow.
Now, normally what I do with scans is I wait for the translated version to come out, but this version is very self-explanatory, and honestly, I'm low-key surprised it took this long for us to see this, what it is, you know, Boruto Shinobi Mitsuki, and a game called Naruto Boruto. We saw a very high lack of Boruto, but you know, we got it now, so I guess that's cool. Boruto attack type, we already knew that. Sarada the healing type, and then Mitsuki the defense type, which it's kind of corny. Honestly, Mitsuki, I guess he defends in the show, but going along that pattern, it was, I mean, it's cool. I'm tired, so maybe I'm just hating because of that. Now, the real part, which I want to talk about, is Sage Mode Mitsuki, right? Everything else in this scan is all right, but Sage Mode Mitsuki, that's actually really fucking cool for a lot of reasons, because this is the first game we see him in. For one, he's doing it in his regular outfit. For two, and honestly, it's a mechanic that's so new to just the Naruto game franchise. You know, it has some sort of what is that gonna look like, what's that gonna do? Now, if you played the betas 1 and 2, you know that the transformations that we've seen with Inner Gates and so on and so forth with Byakugan, etc., are very short-lived. Now, I feel like this is going to be the same with its short-livedness and how you do it, so you might not even get all that excitement to use what you excited for if you like the anime like I do. This is all cool, and this is all we got. I'm not trying to stretch this to extra levels of, oh my gosh, look at this shit. We're done with it. Now, the thing is, this game, like I said, is at an all-time low, and honestly, it feels like the game came out already and it just died. And that's crazy to me, because Naruto games shouldn't be doing that. Out of all the Naruto games I experienced in my day and age, minus the Naruto Chronicles and the Game Boy ones, the main ones, Ultimate Ninjas, Clash of Ninjas, and any ones in between on the PSP that are connected to those, they had a healthy lifespan, Storms included. And this being a new game, a new intro into this next generation of Boruto and Naruto, is very upsetting. It's frustrating for me as a fan, and I'm sure a lot of you guys too, because we can't do anything but watch. What I wanted to do was open up dialogue for you guys too, and you know, people who I know as well from all different walks from experiences of this game, of what we look at the game from the outside in. Vocal Pineapple, Rich Pineapple. I'm gonna call you Pineapple. You told me to do that, and I should have listened to you because I wasn't prepared for that. You played the first and second beta, right? And I know your opinion is different. The first one, okay. Your opinion is very left field from mine from the first beta and onward, I would imagine. What do you think about Naruto to Boruto with what we've been given so far?
I think the game's relying too much on the idea that your friends are going to want to play with you to have fun. I really feel like there's not much fun to be had playing by yourself at all. And I feel like at some point, like, there's going to be a ceiling where like your friends are going to be done with it, and then you're just going to be done with it, and the game's going to die. Like, I don't find the game all that fun.
I was worried about that ceiling too. With every game, there's always that ceiling where you're gonna drop off because games don't last forever. I mean, some games do if you got a lot of good support going into them. Look at Fortnite. Fortnite's living past the average game's lifespan because of the support. But Quam, Gaming Claw, what do you think? You played the first and second beta, right? The second one included.
Well,
right?
kind of the second one.
Yeah, kind of for everybody who tried it. But what do you think about Shinobi Striker, honestly?
I feel like they kind of tried to have their own version of Xenoverse, but it just failed massively. And the whole multiplayer system was just a massive disaster. It was either the games wouldn't load up, or when you got into the actual games, everyone was just using the same character because it's completely unbalanced. The character that I saw the most personally was Sasuke, and if you tried to use your own character, it would just get demolished. I think that's just the way it went for most people. And it just wasn't balanced. There were so many issues with it when it came to the actual gameplay. I didn't enjoy it that much.
Now, the balancing is one thing that I really do hope gets fixed, you know, towards the end. But I guess we really can't worry about that right now because what we have is what we have, and that's what people are judging it on heavily. Now, I know in the order that I said, the truth is supposed to go next, but there's a reason why I'm going to say he goes last, all right? We're going to get to that. Now, Gordo, right, you do a lot of Naruto on your channel and stuff too, so your passion and my passion from just uploading, we're on the same wavelength. So what do you think about it as a whole?
Because I played it, right? When I played it, I actually was surprised. Like, okay, it's actually fun with friends. But the other thing is, a lot of games are fun as long as you're playing with friends, right?
Right.
Like Fabian said, Pineapple said, you can't play this by yourself and have fun. It doesn't seem like that kind of game. You could probably play a few games and you'll have fun. But for the most part, it requires you to play with a team, right? Of people that you know to like really experience it. And then the other thing that I have a problem with is just that there's a lack of game modes. You know, 3 game modes is not going to hold you out for a long period of time. At some point, you're going to get tired of capture the flag. At some point, you're going to get tired of the one that's like domination where you capture points. Like, you're going to get tired of that at one point. And it's like, unless they're going to come out with updates, kind of like how Overwatch does it in Fortnite, I don't see this game kind of thriving, you know, in the multiplayer scene anyways. So, and because it's, the game has no story mode and it's driven by multiplayer, that's going to be a problem.
I definitely agree with that 100%. It's a lot to take in consideration with what they're doing now to what we possibly could maybe expect for the full game. And it's kind of scary, to be honest, because we don't have that bridge of communication, that bridge of constant updates, you know? I've been seeing the same thing posted over and over on the Bandai Twitter with the gameplay, as I'm sure you guys have too. And it's very frustrating, you know, because you see the caption that's so cool, but what we're given, it's you know what I'm saying? It's not much to work with on both parties. And it's very frustrating as someone who likes Naruto, watching Boruto, reading the manga, you see it getting good, but you want to play something that's going to the source material, and then, you know, this is what you got. Now, like, all of what you... Oh, I'm sorry, go on. I'm sorry.
No. I was going to say, if you've seen any Shinobi Striker video on YouTube, most of the comments is, I forgot this game existed.
Yes, you know? Like that's a lot of comments I've been seeing now. And it's crazy to me, you know, because with me, my opinions have been fluctuating from title perspectives, but if you watch it, it makes sense, right? But the titles alone, they're very like up and down because I'm an over-exaggerated person and that fits my mood, right? And you know, you see people who are very passionate about just like, yo, why the fuck are you saying it's bad in any way? What the fuck? People like, yeah, there you go. That's right. Now you on my side, you know? To now it's just like, what the fuck? Shinobi Strikers. What's that? I've seen so many people who were so passionate about hating or agreeing with me that are just flatlined with it. And that's just sucks to see, you know, whether it's good or bad, that's communication, that's feedback, that's just no longer interested to be supported in that way. I mean, I don't know.
That's true.
No, definitely, man.
I think most of it comes down to Bandai, though. Look at how they promoted fighters and look at how they're promoting this game. Completely different.
I disagree, because I think Bandai definitely is doing a good job in promoting it, right?
Yeah.
But it's also about what they have to give. And now I feel like that's a middle line with some type of release or schedule that I don't know about, honestly. But there's a lack of content to advertise, right? Fighters was great because Fighters had little mini trailers. They had like hype around it. They had enough assets to maintain hype all the way through, right? Even now, while we have the game is doing pretty well right now. It's doing pretty fucking well right now.
Yes, it is.
With still constant hype, still constant promotions of all kinds. Like, shit, bro, like that's a different breed, right? Now, the reasons why I went in the line of skipping the truth, because this is everybody who has somewhat experience of it. Now, the truth is the outside in, right? We're homies, right? And his opinion has value, but it's the value of not playing it, right? So on the outside in, right, with seeing the gameplay and seeing what everybody's been saying, so I know you've been looking at that. Would you even pick up the game? Like, what do you think about? Like, you like Naruto, right? Like, what would you even be interested to put your foot in the door with everything that's been shown and how it's been shown?
No, because I feel as though we've seen like a gross lack of anything in the game. And talking with the homies that have played it, you know, Boruto, PS3, a lot of them, they've talked about how limited a lot of the modes are and a lot of the content is. And for me, like, knowing that you would have to play online with like the homies and stuff, and seeing how a lot of games nowadays will drop and on launch the online either doesn't work or it's very flaky. Look at Fighters. As great as Fighters is, as successful as it is and everything, at the start the ring matches were broken, and it killed the hype for a lot of people I know not being able to play with homies on a consistent basis. So I hope and wonder if Strikers is gonna have the same issues.
I think
when
that's
that
the
drops.
scariest thing, because the scary thing is, look how good of a game Fighters was, and it having bad online really like scrapped it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then you have this, and this isn't that solid. If the online isn't like just stellar out the gate, it's gonna face some problems.
I agree.
I hella agree. And honestly, we all have that common interest that we like Naruto. I think we can agree that it's stressful seeing something we love just being kind of like in this limbo state right now. So I actually got a translated version of the scan I saw earlier, which I don't know if it means too much. I'll go over it real quick. We got Sarada the healer, secret technique signing mode. Moreover, the next generation's Konoha makes its appearance. So that's nothing.
Basically,
It's
what that
cool.
little section right there is saying is that the Leaf Village is going to be a map, like a playable map in the game.
Oh, so it's gonna be more to the little section we played in the beta, right? It's gonna be okay.
Like apparently it's supposed to be like a map you can actually like fight in.
Oh, that's what they're saying. Okay.
It says the modernized version of Konoha becomes a stage of battle. This map is great for beginners. Feel the freedom of your movement options.
Got you. So that's probably gonna be a stage where there's not any like holes in the map or anything like that, I would assume, unless we got like some leftover paint holes from. Anyways, hopefully that's not the case, because I would love a stage where I don't die and have to worry about that shit. But I mean, that's it, honestly. I really am curious about what you guys think of what we've said and your guys' opinions on the game. Would you get this game with what has been shown and what has been delivered right now? And if you would, let me know why, and if you wouldn't, let me know why you wouldn't, and anything in between. Honestly, this is just a time where I feel like it's important to just talk about it, because that is what really gets something to somewhere. If it's, let's say, something was gonna end up in a bad place without us speaking up, right? This is where we do that. Anyways, thank you, friends. Thank you, everybody who's watching. I wore this jacket because I thought I looked cool, but I'm actually hot as fuck. So.